trainer.
I felt pretty badass.
With Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Anthony Mackie's character, the Falcon, is able to step out from the shadow of Captain America and into the leading role, with Cap's famous shield in tow. But Mackie has been a superstar in his own right for years. With over 70 acting credits to his name, he has a number of great works under his belt. But the actor also has a fun and unique backstory that we don't get to see in his movies, so we're going to take a look at 15 interesting things about him today. As you know, to play a Marvel character, you have to be in superhero shape. This doesn't exactly come easy, so to prepare for the role of Falcon in Captain America the Winter Soldier, Mackie worked out for 5 months, with him sometimes having 2 gym sessions a day and benching up to 230 pounds to get into peak physical condition and flaunt it all on the big screen. But Mackie was somewhat disappointed when the Russos told him the character would not be wearing the classic red spandex and therefore wouldn't be able to show off his physique as much as he would have liked. Still, he got to show off the size of his arms in that military suit and jokingly said that one day he will get to wear that red spandex. As one of the few minority superheroes in the MCU, Anthony Mackie has long been a champion of diversity in the franchise and in cinema in general. So, it is no surprise that he is a big champion of Black Panther and even petitioned Marvel to make a Black Panther movie for 5 years, finally getting his wish in 2018. Mackie had initially wanted to play Black Panther himself, however, and before being cast as Falcon, would often call up Marvel execs and try to get himself the role. But he quickly settled for the part of Falcon.
Boom, cut the check!
Now, seeing as one of Falcon's main traits is soaring around at high altitudes, it is unsurprising that for the role, the actor would also have to be suspended high above the ground by wires. This would be all well and good if it wasn't for one thing. Mackie is deathly afraid of heights. Despite his fear, Mackie agreed to wear the harness and be hoisted as high as 70 feet in the air. Now, that's one way to overcome your fears. When Anthony Mackie was cast as Sam Wilson, his career converged pretty nicely. That's because he had previously worked on Academy Award-winning movie The Hurt Locker, where he played Sergeant J.T. Sanborn and was able to use his experience on the movie, talking to real soldiers and people who had gone through traumatic events, to prepare himself for Sam Wilson's role as a veteran's PTSD counselor. Now, it's probably most people's dream to be an Avenger, and Anthony Mackie is no different. But despite playing Falcon in the Captain America sequel, he was unsure whether or not the character would feature as one of the Avengers. That was until he was in the audience watching the Avengers sequel, Age of Ultron. Marvel had given him 2 scenes for the movie, but because the script was kept so under wraps, as Marvel are notoriously secretive even when it comes to their own actors, Mackie had no idea he would be an Avenger until he was in the theater with his son and the scene came up. While the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series will focus on Sam and Bucky's life after Cap, up to this point, they're best known for their relationship with Steve Rogers. The on-screen chemistry between Mackie and Evans was so believable and relatable that it reinforced the characters' relationship and added an extra dynamic. But the pair actually became good friends before Winter Soldier, with the 2 of them working on the comedy What's Your Number together. But their relationship goes a little further than having a beer and going to the ball game together, with the 2 of them apparently embroiled in a best butt competition. Chris Evans might be known as America's ass, but Anthony Mackie is convinced that he has the better butt. Alright, I'm not gonna lie to you, when I started this video, I didn't think this is what I'd be talking about, but here you go. The competition between the 2 is what inspired the line of quips in Endgame and is apparently a long-running joke behind the scenes. Paul Bettany even confirmed that the 2 had a squat competition to see who in fact had the better butt, with Paul Bettany saying, and I quote, "I went to Chris, dude, he's gonna beat you. Look at the size of his ass. He's got more muscle in his ass cheeks than I have in my entire body." Now I bet you weren't expecting Vision to say that, were you? However, to Bettany's shock, Evans went on to win the squat competition. But the debate between who really has America's ass is far from over. Moving on now, Mackie may be best known for his on-screen roles, but the New Orleans native had a number of theater performances under his belt as well. Mackie has a great love of theater, so it might not be a surprise to learn that alongside Robin Williams, Oscar Isaac, and Jessica Chastain, he is a graduate of the renowned performing arts school, Juilliard. But while he is now known for his acting career, he used to have a very different summer job growing up. Back in his home city of New Orleans, his father ran a construction company, so he would often spend his summers working for his dad in construction. Mackie made good use of his construction skills back in 2009 when he took some time off acting and returned to New Orleans to build a house. But his skills don't just stop at construction, and he's apparently also a master craftsman and carpenter. One of the most recent things he built during the pandemic was an outdoor kitchen in his backyard. He even wants to have his carpentry and house building skills to have his own home improvement show on HGTV. Hang on one sec, I need to make a call. I have a random and totally unrelated pitch to make to HGTV. During his time at Juilliard, Mackie underwent Shakespearean training, and this instilled a passion for Shakespeare. It has since become his obsession to perform in a Shakespeare play, potentially on the big screen, although he did admit it was also somewhat of a daunting prospect. However, he did say that if it weren't for his Shakespearean training and his knowledge of poetry and rhythm, he doesn't think he would have been able to master his role as Papa Doc in 8 Mile. Being from New Orleans, it's probably no surprise to learn that Mackie is an avid fisherman, and while he was shooting Infinity War and Endgame, he would often go to lakes on the studio's properties and fish between takes. He even bought an outdoor grill and placed it by his trailer and would grill up some fresh fish during his downtime. Admittedly, some of his coworkers had issues with him constantly grilling fish, but Mackie insisted that was until they tasted it for themselves. Along with unique music and Creole cuisine, New Orleans is well known for one thing: Mardi Gras. The carnival celebration is notorious worldwide and is well known for its huge parades. So, as a local, it must have been a huge dream come true when Mackie was named King of Bacchus, one of the super parades in Mardi Gras, and the actor looked every bit the part in his regal outfit. Speaking of outfits, superhero suits are notoriously uncomfortable and unpleasant, and a number of MCU actors have taken issue with their suits. In terms of comfort, Falcon's is seemingly no different. While wearing the flying suit, Mackie has said the suit has left him with bruises, back pain, and feeling nauseous. Just wait till he tries the red spandex. Despite being a regular in one of the biggest movie franchises of all time, Mackie is insistent that it is not his role as Falcon that gets him most recognized on the streets. While a number of Marvel fans do approach him as he goes about his day-to-day, it is actually his roles on Law & Order and 8 Mile that people recognize him most for. He can usually even tell when his Law & Order episode is aired by the amount of middle-aged women who approach him in the supermarket. Mackie has a great track record, and although he has a number of dramatic roles, he is immensely proud of his work as Falcon and is excited to explore the character further in the TV series. He has even previously said that he prefers playing a secondary or tertiary character because they're usually more interesting. So, watch out, lead actors. Anthony Mackie is looking to steal your scenes.